like I see it. You know, there's so much bitch assness out here. Reality. It's not my fault y'all suffer from bitch ass. I don't, you know, that is not my fault, not my problem.
Yes,
But y'all don't like it. And so you resort to name calling. Which, again, anybody who has to resort to calling names and hurling insults, it just means you don't have an argument. You have no evidence. There's nothing to back up what you're saying. And you're upset, so you just name call. But what I find interesting, aside from the fact that a Christian man is siding with a guy who wants to kill me, and has no problem with that, which, suck baby shit, you still haven't pulled up yet.
Let's just keep it going. I hate life. I hate when people try to, especially when it's people with me. Okay, ready? Set. Ready? This hurts the shit out of me. This is painful. If you appreciate what I'm doing, please give a treat to the thumbs up button down below. It really helps me the fuck out. Click subscribe, do all that shit. Ready? 7. Can you see it? Ready? Ah, yeah, that fucking hurt. Let's smile. Yeah, I feel great. I'm all good. What's not passing out? Not having a seizure. Let's do it. Woo! Have a party, baby. Where we got beer? Then keep the camera on. No bullshit. Let's just the beer. We got the beer. We got the I'm serious. It doesn't matter at this point. People don't care about professionalism. They care about results. They care about people that fucking, like, show them what they want to see. What do you care more?
Hi, welcome. On this video, continuing with the Back to the Future theme, I watched a very interesting video that popped up on my feed yesterday from a trainer who I haven't spoken with in quite a while. And this trainer, again, I'm not going to mention his name. He's actually a really nice guy. But again, caught in the middle, okay, of everything happening in the dog training community. He identifies as a balanced dog trainer. And the video he put out was interesting in the sense that he actually brought up, okay, one of these characters that I've recently been talking about by way of the Pawfessor. And this trainer was talking about all the shenanigans, okay, but talking about what's currently happening with the Association of International Association of Canine Professionals. Talk about how he just doesn't want to be caught in the middle of anything. Talking about, the things that went on, with the Pawfessor and characters like him popping up years ago. And it was a very interesting video. I thought perhaps, man, he's watching some of my stuff here recently. And just considering everything happening in the dog training world. But here's one of the things, again, he had said about not wanting to be caught in the middle, okay? This is the problem here with a lot of these trainers, understanding that once you sign that contract, okay, as a balanced dog trainer or otherwise, you're putting yourself in the middle, okay? You're caught in the middle whether you like it or not. And interesting, if you look at all these, individuals here lately coming onto my social media, just look at it. Kevin Murdoch, Robert Hines, now I have these Dylan supporters and Ivan supporters, just spewing off nonsense, like day after day. And it's ridiculous. But here's the difference between, again, how I approach this and say someone like this other trainer who doesn't want to, be in the middle, but he's in the middle, is that by way of, again, I do not identify as a balanced dog trainer. Okay, in fact, years ago, this is what caused him and I to kind of part ways pretty quickly, because it always is going to come down to defining what a process is. And so those objection points, okay, the same core ingredients I talk about, how they're reconciled, okay, and the reactions and responses of dogs based on an interaction-based approach it's going to create that type of division with these trainers, because they're in agreement, okay, with the very thing that I talk about is the problem. So it's almost impossible to maintain any sort of a friendship, because you're approaching training totally differently, okay? But this whole thing about being caught in the middle, you know, it's like, you know, it's a done deal, okay? You know, we talk about why, like, these trainers keep talking about wanting to get along with other trainers. Listen, it's a war for a reason, okay? I mean, the battle lines are drawn, but the confusion here is the fact that these balanced dog trainers, they don't get or want to get the fact that there's a reason why they give force-free trainers a hall pass. There's a reason why force-free trainers are showing up at the International Association of Canine Professionals and giving lectures. And it seems like these trainers, even this individual, they don't want to, you know, put things under the microscope and ask the tough questions, even about why the dog training world's in the state that it's in. So, you know, there is no kind of getting along. It's just the way that it is. But here's the difference with me, is I call it out, okay? So, you know, balanced dog trainers don't like what I'm saying equally as much as force-free for a reason, okay? I mean, you really think about that. You know, it's like, because I'm actually talking about what the real problem is, and 99% of dog trainers are marketing a appearance-based process that doesn't line up for so many dogs. You know, it just doesn't line up. It doesn't reconcile those core greens at the social level way I talk about. So again, you know, back to the future, okay? I mean, this stuff doesn't stop, because it's like it's like a moth to the flame. It really is. There's a reason why these trainers keep coming onto my social media trying to engage, right? Because they're unsettled to begin with. If they had the answers, even this trainer, if they had the answers, they wouldn't be fighting and, you know, arguing and debating in the first place. Like, think about that. There wouldn't be the divisiveness happening. But there's a reason why there is. It's because the dog training world has sold out, and they're turned over to the very problem that I continue to talk about by way of what represents a process. Thanks for watching.